Decision 2016 now, Republican Donald Trump getting some help in Wisconsin from someone who knows him pretty well. I talked with Donald Trump Jr. about his dad's tax records and his chances of winning Wisconsin. They share the same name, but this Trump likes to be called Don. He was at a Women for Trump event this morning in Brookfield.
Hillary's biggest knock on my father is that he doesn't have experience. What has her experience got us?
His father's tax records have gotten lots of scrutiny. The New York Times reported the billionaire businessman took a $916 million loss as a tax write-off in 1995, suggesting he could have avoided paying federal income taxes for years. Do you think the Clinton campaign is misleading when they say your father does not pay federal taxes?
Of course they're misleading.
The Trump team says he has paid federal taxes, but there's no clarity. Trump is the first presidential nominee in 40 years to not release his tax returns. Trump Jr. says his father did nothing wrong by taking the massive tax deduction.
What my father did was he utilized the existing tax code to be able to save his company, to be able to keep the people that he employs, the tens of thousands of people that he employs, to keep them employed.
Trump lost big here in the April primary. No Republican presidential candidate has won Wisconsin in November since Ronald Reagan in 1984. How does your father need to close the deal with Wisconsin voters and Wisconsin voters who might be hesitant, didn't vote for him the first time around?
Well, listen, I think they have to think about the long-term ramifications. Obviously, it's not just about the presidency. If you lose the Supreme Court, you're going to have liberal justices legislating from the bench for the next 30 or 40 years. In fact, the Wisconsin Republican Party is sending out this mailer telling voters the balance of the Supreme Court is in their hands. There is one Supreme Court vacancy right now after the death of Justice Scalia.
Bernie Sanders